Today I went to bed around 1 p.m. and I ended up waking up at around 7 p.m. And before I fell asleep, I managed to finish the reindeer styrofoam drawing around noon. I like this assorted cheese. Pepper jack with jalapeno embedded. I found this sparkling ice beverage toward the back of the top shelf in the refrigerator. It smells and tastes pretty good. I had just opened it. I didn't really go on Elvenar at all today. I drank about 40 to 50% of that 1.5 quarts of unsweetened plain coffee, Wegmans cold brew. And it caused me, I think, some mild feelings of anxiety, possibly, although I'm not sure how much caffeine is in the Wegmans cold brew. At some point I looked it up online, and it said it's 200 milligrams for every 16 fluid ounces. And I had that amount over the course of several hours. Or maybe just 1 hour. Somewhere between an hour and 3 hours. It was somewhat extended. I spent the morning hours working on transferring the mobile videos and pictures of my 23rd blood donation aftermath footage, transferring it onto my laptop using my charger cord as essentially a transfer dock between my phone and my computer. And I edited the video in Camtasia 2019. The content size ended up being 956.10 megabytes, which I think is pretty close to a gigabyte, so too large for me to really back it up on to my Google Drive. It ended up being a 6.5 minute video. That performed pretty well on my channel because it's relatively novel compared to all the my dinner videos I've done lately. It's gotten 10 views in 12.5 hours, which for me is 3 out of 10 my top recent videos according to my YouTube analytics. I had to go to the first raw video I made for the Red Lobster episode of Dan Hamming in order to find the music from Monster Clear again. If for some reason when I went on the game on both Congregate and Armor games, the game worked just fine for me, but on both Congregate and Armor games, but it had no music, no music or sound effects, so that made the game less enjoyable to play. The current styrofoam drawing plan is to use those circular hole in the middle shaped styrofoam pieces I found in the basement the other day, at least one of them, to draw a wreath for someone on Dad's side of the family. Possibly his mom, possibly someone else. I did a bit of work on the 99 Dan Hamming episode when Mom interrupted me by coming home from work with some food from Wendy's. In particular, as for the usual of some fries, a large twist frosty, and a big bacon cheddar sandwich. It was pretty enjoyable, and I had it about 2 hours after I had a large garden salad, roughly half an hour after I got up today. I had this garden salad with kombucha, I believe the flavor Sacred Life, which is blue in color, the liquid itself, by the GTS brand. Excuse me. This is a piece of Kobe Jack. Tastes pretty good. I think we might have some bread. Not sure if we have any properly sized slices of cheese in order to make a grilled cheese sandwich. This is Campbell's tomato soup, of which it's a relatively small can that has tomato paste that's equivalent to 6 tomatoes. And to make it soup, I assume, since it says 1 can of water, what I did was I first dumped the tomato paste into this bowl. Then I got water from the sink, cold water, not the warm water I use to fill up the tree stand with water. And I poured that can of cold water into this bowl, which filled it nearly to the brim. I was able to fall asleep just fine around 1 p.m. despite all the caffeine I may have had coursing in me at the time. I believe I woke up around 7 p.m. according to my recollection. And this is where I am currently in terms of the research tree. It was today I discovered that making trident sprouts costs more mana than mana tears, I believe. Yeah. The text-to-speech voice I used for the edited blood donation footage was the Wales English text-to-speech voice Gerent that I used for Caesar's dad in the Dan Hamming series because I feel that text-to-speech voice is pretty authentic. By that I mean it's pretty close to a real human voice. Or at least that's the vibes I got from it. I put the videos and photos from the blood donation aftermath footage into a separately This is extra sharp cheddar. A new folder I created within the Pictures tab that I entitled Videos without the O, since that particular keyboard key is unresponsive. So I have to open up the touch keyboard in order to type in O. And I use my mouse to click the O, since I intentionally disabled the touch screen on this laptop because in the past it caused me problems by messing up my screen. If I recall correctly, it either caused my mouse pointer to skip about kind of like this, or I think more likely it caused that mouse pointer to kind of drag like this, or caused me to accidentally perform actions I didn't mean to perform, such as unintentionally opening up a program or something like that. It happened a while back, so it's not that easy to recall.